Hey, Scorpio. Welcome to your money, wealth, finance, prosperity, and abundance reading for the month of September 2025. All right. If you're brand new, my name is Desiree, also known as Intuitive Gems. And I do these money readings each and every month. So we're going to see what's going on with Scorpio and the money. Scorpio and the money. All right, so that Three of Cups is kind of interesting. Then we got the Seven of Wands. Ooh, I feel like that is a secret. That is revealed, but it's not really a secret. It's just something that may have been kept from you, which actually now you know. And that's the thing that helps you make a lot of money. Okay, so let me go ahead and make sure my cards are where they need to be. All right, Scorpio, let's take a look. Now, here's the thing. If you've been feeling like you've been doing too much, driving too hard, going too fast, doing too much, the first week of September is your time to pull back a little bit. You've done the work, you've done the hustle, you've done the grind. Now you need to kind of let those efforts marinate to some degree, and then you will kind of be a little bit more clear-headed and clear energetically in order to tap into the money. Now, when I say that, sometimes money is a mental game, an energetic game. And yes, we do something, we get paid, or we do something to make money, but a lot of it is the intention behind what we're doing. And it's not about just, doing something solely for money, although a lot of times that's how it is for a lot of us. But it's also about kind of creating something and figuring out a way to not be limited, to have an unlimited source of money, either tapping into your creativity, maybe setting up a business for some of you, maybe changing jobs, whatever the case may be, whatever makes sense. All right, so here's the thing. I feel like there is a new source of income because you have a lot of options here with this Seven of Cups. There's a new source of income, and like I said, a secret kind of reveals it to you. But it's not like a secret like, shh, don't tell anybody. It's a secret in the sense that nobody told you. But now you know. And you take that secret and you run with it and you create unlimited wealth. Or maybe just a new source of income. Like maybe you see a secret source of income, but nobody else sees it. I've seen that happen quite a bit, and I love when that happens. It hasn't happened for me, but I've seen it happen for other people where, somebody will throw something out and then somebody's like, oh, people are just throwing this out, but this is actually a way for me to make money. That's just a random example, but it's stuff like that where one person sees it as, an opportunity where another person sees it as not an opportunity. Now, we also got that Six of Swords. For some of you Scorpios, either you change your plans about traveling or you make a decision not to travel in the first week of September. All right. And a lot of times these travel cards come up because they do impact us financially in some way. Either we take off from work or our business, or it's going to cost us something, or maybe it's a business write-off, so let's see what else is coming up for Scorpio as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of September 2025. What do we need to know for the sign of Scorpio? Nice. All right, so here it is. Like I said, it is a brand new source of income that changes everything because of that death card. We have the Four of Wands, Judgment, and the Eight of Swords in the reverse, which I like seeing that card in the reverse because that means that you're feeling very encouraged and hopeful. Now, here's the other thing, Scorpio. This Judgment card and the Four of Wands in the reverse means that you may be feeling a little insecure as it relates to your money. But don't worry, because all that is about to change, because the Death card literally is transformation. And then we have that Six of Wands, which is a card that talks about being seen, attracting a lot of attention. And see, Scorpios, you guys attract a lot of attention already. You're very vivacious, very magnetic, very charismatic. And here's the thing, that's a source of money for you, all right? I won't go into a whole lot of details, but you need to use that to your advantage, Scorpio, if you're not already. If you are very charming, very beautiful, like I said, very magnetic and charismatic, that's a secret source of money. That's what I'm picking up. Now, I know maybe not everybody is comfortable doing that, and I'm not saying you have to, you know, set up an OnlyFans page. I'm not saying that. Although you could. But what I am saying is use your charm to make more sales. Use your magnetism to get more clients, or to sell more product, or to get help with your business, or to attract new customers. You know what I'm saying? What is your unfair advantage? Because that creates a secret money source for you. That is what I'm seeing here. Now, are you courageous enough, Scorpio, to really leverage that? Because not everyone is. You know, some people are a little shy. I get it. But in today's day and age, with the internet, AI, don't waste your personal resources. All right, Scorpio? I think that's the best way for me to say it. And I remember watching that on a TikTok video not too long ago where, you know, this guy was saying, you know, if you're beautiful, you should be posting online because, you know, that could be your cash cow. And yeah, that could be true to some degree. But, you know, it's not only beauty, right? It's also the energy. It's also the way somebody speaks, the way they show up. So I'm just saying, that's what I'm tapping into here, Scorpio. And this is your secret money source, exposed. That's going to be the title of this video. All right, so we got the star. Again, that is the card of attracting a lot of attention, Scorpio. You don't have to work hard. Don't focus on past mistakes. Unexpected news about money is coming your way. Then you celebrate and things are happening quickly. All right, that's literally what we got going on here. So, if anything, I'm here to tell you, Scorpio, in the month of September, use what you got. Use what you got, my friend. Use what you got because it's going to pay off. All right? Here's the thing. A lot of you don't even realize that you can monetize your own gifts like that. You know, the gift of being charming, the gift of being, you know, physically attractive, the gift of, you know, being able to, you know, command attention when you walk into a room. Because you literally got both cards that indicate that, Scorpio. And like I said, I know Scorpios who literally fit in this description. Like, they attract a lot of attention when they walk in the room. Everybody wants to be around them. Everybody thinks that, you know, they're fabulous. Use that to help you make more money, Scorpio. All right, use that. Because if you don't, there's somebody else out there that will. You know, September is going to change everything for you, Scorpio, as it relates to, you know, how how you see yourself, how you use your specific gifts, your unfair advantages to help you make more money. Because that's really what it is. I can't remember who I heard say that, but you know, that's what all these big, you know, business influencers talk about. They talk about using your unfair advantage to your advantage, to make more money, to stand out, to grow your brand, right? So I don't want you to not utilize that, Scorpio, because clearly it's going to help you win. All right. We got the High Priestess. The High Priestess is all about intuition. Like I said, you know, Scorpio, you know where you shine, and you need to trust that and follow through with it. Now, we also have the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups means that in the process of you being so magnetic and charming, you're going to have to walk away from some things. Maybe people, maybe situations, maybe jobs, you know, for some of you, maybe businesses, maybe partnerships, whatever. But remember, that's part of the growth. That's part of the transition that we talked about. Transitioning out of current circumstances because you are transitioning into the wealth circumstances that you are creating. Now, we also got the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. That is a card that talks about you doing your best work independently, Scorpio. You don't need a whole bunch of people around you. You don't need a whole bunch of advisors. I mean, I'm not saying to not get advice or guidance when you need it. But at the end of the day, you're the one that's calling the shots, and it needs to stay that way. We also got the Five of Wands. Not everybody's going to be on the same page. Don't worry about it. Don't force them to understand why you're doing what you're doing. They'll get it once they see you making the money, once they see you getting paid. Then we have the Four of Swords. Interesting, because remember, you started off with the Four of Swords. This is a pull back moment. The Four of Swords in the reverse means at the end of September, it's time to rev things up. It's time to double down. It's time to hustle harder in the way that makes sense for you and your money. I'm not saying to, you know, run yourself into the ground, but what I am saying is you're probably going to have to be taking massive action at the end of September. But that's a good thing because it's going to pay off. Then we have the Two of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles means we got to pay attention to the budget, pay attention to what's coming in, what's going out, tracking our money, tracking our expenses, putting money into savings, paying off debt, you know, all the things we know we're supposed to do. Well, you can't ignore that anymore. We're moving into September, or we're moving into October. And so we're moving into Q4 towards the end of the year, right? So pay attention to where the money's going. Pay attention to what you're doing to get the money. All right, so I hope you are picking up what I'm laying down, Scorpio, because I am so fired up about this for you. Because honestly, if I had some of these gifts, like I said, the charisma, the magnetism, you know, the good looks, whatever, I'd be using it to make money. And like I said, that doesn't mean you have to do something you're uncomfortable with, but it does mean that you have that unfair advantage, and that unfair advantage can get you paid. All right, it can get you paid, Scorpio. This is your secret money source. Okay? Please don't ignore it. Please don't ignore it. I think you come into this awareness in September, and that changes everything for you. All right? Use what you have to your advantage so you can get what you want. All right. Whew. This is good, Scorpio. September is going to be good. All right, let's go ahead and close out your reading with a life coaching oracle card. Check it out. auric field. It is time to call in energy protection to shield, clear, and strengthen your aura. Now, what else is known as your aura? Your magnetism. All right. Now, this card says you need to call in energy protection to shield, clear, and strengthen your own aura. And of course, that is good. But this is what I'm talking about. Your aura is so powerful that you need to protect it. All right? So think about that. Think about that this month, Scorpio. All right, so that's what I got for you. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it was helpful. And we'll do it all again next month.